You know, here's the thing. Here's the interesting thing. And it's something that I understand, but it's something that makes me incredibly sad. Is that my fellow Americans, let me be clear, my fellow Americans are being misled, and some of them are intentionally staying misled. Just, I don't even know the reason why. Just to feel like they're winning when no one is winning right now. Not even Trump is winning right now. I mean, he kind of is, because he gets his own fucking birthday parade. Look at his 250th anniversary. Zoinks, bro. 250th anniversary of Trump? Holy shit, he's that fucking old? No, but seriously. Like... I just... Nobody is winning right now. Almost no one in our government, a select few in our government are winning right now, and like nobody else in the population. Unless you've got a couple million crypto and you can just book a fucking dinner with the president. Because that's so ethical and awesome. It's kind of crazy that it got this bad. And, you know, people called it. I feared it. But I didn't think it was going to be this bad, you know. Like sending the military after U.S. citizens. Breaking the law fucking repeatedly like dog. Like dog, following Project 2025 step by fucking step after saying, no, I don't know anything about Project 2025. I've intentionally not read it. I intentionally not read it. Like, we know you fucking did, and you called it, but then we're defending him, like, well, he doesn't know about Project 2025. And then he's followed every single step to this fucking point with a little bit of his own flair, you know. He threw in the whole crypto corruption thing himself. You know, because he's smart like that. But, and then they're like, the White House denied publicly that there was going to be a military parade for Trump's birthday on this date. And then they fucking did it anyways. And then a week later, they came out and said, yeah, sure, because there were too many leaks from all of the preparations that they were like, alright, we can't keep this lie up any longer. And there are just so many lies that so quickly come out. And there are still so many people who are so genuine, like almost politically believable, that it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts. I mean, like, I wouldn't be able to support any leader who did even half the shit Trump's done. Not even in his personal life. I mean, I wouldn't elect any leader who did what that guy did in his personal life. You know, if we knew about it. Or if there was a suspicion. Because, you know, most politicians, they figure out they like kids after becoming politicians. But when you got you got a couple $1 billion in net worth, you got easy fucking access to learning that you like kids. I swear to God. I don't even know why. It's just, what the fuck did I just mark? Oh, I don't even know fucking why. What's the deal with the ultra wealthy and being pedophiles? How hard is it to not be a pedophile? Get real, man. Really? Really? I guess I just don't understand, but like, you have billions of dollars, you could pay for literally some of the most attractive people who can buy, and you decide to illegally traffic children. That's fucking crazy to me. Because I think there's gotta be some sort of connection between the type of person who's ruthless enough to reach a couple $1 billion in net worth, who's willing to lie and cheat and spill their way there, and someone who's willing to, well, I don't think it's a willingness, and someone who is actively happy to just commit so many more crimes, sexual crimes specifically. Like, I really don't get it. I do not get it. But maybe there isn't actually a parallel. Because there's so many goddamn sex offenders in America anyways. So, like, maybe it's nothing special about billionaires. They just kinda exist, and I swear to God, there's gotta be a higher chance, though. Not a higher chance, there's gotta be some sort of connection between the two of them. Like, it seems like there's a higher by percentage amount of billionaires who are pedophiles or sex offenders than there are, or like ultra wealthy, I'm talking hundreds of millions to billions, that are sex offenders, than there are just normal people that are sex offenders. Well, they're not normal people, because they're sex offenders. So, you know. But it is genuinely baffling to me just how fucking many. Like, yeah, sure. Well, they already fucking knew Epstein was doing all of this shit. But he got out on a technicality first. Or, I forget exactly what it was, but I know it was some fucking bullshit. And it's like, what? Oh, hello there, friend. Is that his sword? No, it's a Flamberg. Flamberg. It's like, my fucking God. My God, you have billions of dollars. You should be looking into a cure for pedophilia. You should not be looking into how to procure some shit like that. You know? I just feel like that makes complete fucking sense. I don't know if I would respect you, because I mean, I do think that it is a mental illness. I mean, it has to be, right? I mean, there is also, like, for the definitions, I mean, the definitions of pedophilia in America are not exactly, like, you know, I mean, people getting freaked out by people dating 18-year-olds when they're older. I agree, that's weird, and I think that they would be trying to date a 15-year-old if they could. But at the same time, it's like, technically that is legal, and most of the time the 18-year-old has made the decision to do it, but at the same time there's just so much of an experience difference between the two of them, and I'm not talking about in sexual, I'm talking exclusively like life experience. So one of them is way more equipped to handle such a situation, the one likely going after that situation and potentially like seeking out, you know, some fucking kid. God damn, motherfucker, you got some holy grease on that? On that, like, there is undeniably some cultural aspect to it. Like, if you're raised in a family that routinely does child marriage, like, first of all, yikes. And second of all, you're gonna feel the cultural pressure to do that, or you're going to think it's normal, and you're just not going to, holy shit, thank you. Okay, he's just not going to think about the actual implications of that. But, you know, it's like, not every country goes to 18, but usually when there's somebody who's a pedo, they're doing it all illegally through, like, human trafficking, because they know that a 16-year-old isn't going to want them, and they know that society isn't going to be chill with them exclusively dating and banging children. Like, when I was 16, I was fucking stupid, man. I mean, not, like, actually, like, clinically, but I made some, like, I would not date someone with 16-year-old, you know, minds. I don't know about mindset, but just mind. Kill the bastard. Holy shit. Climb. Oh my god, I'm about to lose a level because of this. I mean, it's fine. Holy rip. Nice hit. So I just don't know what it is. I feel like there should be studies into, like, the psychology or something of pedophilia, because I don't get it. I hope most people don't get it. Like, ugh. I don't know, I've been seeing a lot of fucking shit on Instagram recently, where there's like a funny meme account, ooh, so funny, and then the motherfucker pinned in the comments is some chick who's definitely, hopefully not 18, with, I mean, it's just a bot account, really, it is just bot accounts that are posting it, and it's like, Dad kicked me out of the house when I turned 18 because I made an OnlyFans fucking smiley emoji. Like, I personally don't think that that's something that should be encouraged in society, and I know it's not encouraged. Like, I know that that isn't like a culturally non-taboo thing. I mean, making porn on OnlyFans is, like, sure, I can support it to a certain extent, kind of, but I just feel like the insane inundation of our society with porn is having terrible effects on everybody. Terrible effects on everybody. Oh fuck no, we are not fighting that. I'm glad everybody knows that we are not fighting that shit. And I feel like porn is bad, and the more people that do it, the worse it fucking gets, because it's a cycle of like, hey, I'm not earning on OnlyFans, I need to do something crazier and crazier and crazier. Like, we had people using fucking AI to make themselves look like they had Down syndrome to sell their OnlyFans, because that's something that people are into now. Or maybe it's something that people have always been into, and it was just, you know, obviously not mainstream, because that's not something you just fucking get access to. I mean, like, what the fuck? And I feel like it's appropriate to blame the excessive amount of porn for that, but I also don't feel like a full Christian nationalist ban of pornography is going to be correct, because then people are just going to find more and more ways to get pornography. Like, ways that become worse and worse, because if it's already illegal, I mean, like, you know, if porn's already illegal, then illegal porn suddenly becomes less illegal, in comparison. So, like, you're gonna find just, I mean, there's already terrible shit out there for sure. Like, that's what the dark web is, really. It's just like, hey, you wanna find some terrible shit? Well, there's a reason we all pay in crypto here, because we know you don't want it being traced to you. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I do know the effect. I don't know the solution. And I feel like that's the best way that I can put it. Because I'm no fucking genius. I don't know. I can't solve a genuine crisis all across the world just by sitting down and playing fucking Nightmare. Because it's gonna take a lot of collaboration, which is why I think that the US government should not be able to just oust anyone you disagree with. Which, I mean, currently, it's not. For instance, we still have Democrat senators who have not yet turned heel is an incorrect term, but who have not yet turned full belly up. Even though they were already belly up before, just fucking, I'm not gonna say useless, but like, guys, virtue signaling isn't enough. You know? It's not enough. It's never been enough. Maybe it was enough to get you in office, but hopefully it's not enough to keep you in office. You actually need to do something. And if something that's being done is almost always stupid. It's almost always not the right fucking decision. And I know there's the idea of compromise. Obviously, compromise is a good thing in a lot of cases, because you will get more done with compromise than you will with fighting and losing. But that's also a sad fucking way to go about it. Because if the norm is fighting and losing to the point where the compromise is the first thing you go for instead of a full attempt at getting what you want, legally, of course, like, you know, in ways that are legal in America. Just, my God. For so long, a large amount of the Republican thing, and I'm not anti-Republican, I'm anti-MAGA, let's make that clear. A large thing about the Republican, and now MAGA specifically, has been just non-stop pressure. Never on the back. Non-stop fucking pressure. Because if you let up for a second, you know, you're enemies. It's a fucking enemy. I've been seeing posts on Instagram. Like, I switched my Instagram echo chamber from one spectrum to the complete opposite. Like, now all of my reels are pro-Trump. Like, just crazy shit that I'm seeing. And, you know, I'm gonna silly comments on them, so I'm interacting with them, so I'm just gonna see more. But the thing is, like, it's unnerving. It is unnerving that they consider liberals or Democrats just the enemy, you know? The enemy is the people who do not want the best for you. The enemy is the people who are trying to dismantle the United States from the Constitution up. Well, actually up, down to the Constitution. And not in an amending way, let's say. So, you know, it's like, I don't know. I wish we could all, and this also sounds like but I wish we would all just realize the threat at hand to the countries that we love, but also the countries we love to criticize. I mean, I know what it is, but being an American is crazy. It's awesome. Being an American is crazy and awesome for me. I'm not gonna lie. I have the privilege to sit here and play Nightmare. And I don't have to work a second job. So I know I'm talking full of places that genuinely. So it's easy. Everything's very easy. That's a Twitter quote. Another group of people, feel bad. Because they reside on Twitter, If you spend more than 5 minutes a day looking at Twitter, let's just say, if you spend over 3% of your day looking at Twitter, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Alright, I like what you're thinking. I like the way you think, funny man. And it's not even I genuinely don't have productive commentary on what's going on. I have commentary that a lot of people agree with, but that's not enough. Yeah, it's crazy that Israel is just on a fucking tear for, I would say no good reason. But there is a lot going on. I am not anti-Semitic. It's crazy that I have to clarify that when I'm about to say something not pro-Israel. Because a lot of people get the two confused. I see, and a lot of people get the two confused online, is another crazy thing. Where, and I don't just mean, get the two confused, he said something anti-Israel, he must be anti-Semitic. I mean, people online have turned, full, I wonder who it could have been, ... or, some fucking meme with the guy holding up 3 fingers, which I think means the Jews. I genuinely don't know. Motherfucker, please help me. I'm pretty sure it means the Jews. I've caught on to some dog whistles pretty quick. I've caught some new dog whistles. It's kind of fun to catch dog whistles in their infancy. But I don't think the 3 fingers mean is really a dog whistle. I'm pretty sure it's just a direct statement of, it's the Jews. Which I feel like is just such a it's the Jews. It's such a fucking cop-out. Come on. In my opinion, it's the world's fault that Israel exists, the UN's fault. But I think it somewhat has a right to exist, but not in the way that it does. Because everybody was scrambling post-World War II to just figure something out. And, I don't see it as the Jews committing a genocide. I see it as Netanyahu and the IDF committing a genocide. But also there's obviously the they're following orders argument, which, is unfortunately a thing. Is very, very unfortunately a thing. A very unfortunate thing about human psychology is the willingness to follow orders. Which is... I mean, it's kind of a terrifying thing to think about. Because it's like... Oh, and my animations are broken again. It's kind of a terrifying thing to think about, because it's like... I recognize this as wrong from an outside perspective. And obviously a lot of other people do too. But if I was born in that culture, I don't even know about in that culture, but if I was born, like, growing up, because, you know, nature versus nurture, it's a very real thing, you know, so it really affects who you are as a person, and everybody would like to think that they would not just follow orders. And I'm not entirely sure about that. I personally would like to think that I would not just follow orders. But, like, I don't know. Because we're all looking at this through, you know, hindsight. Well, we're not all looking at this through hindsight. We're looking at this through outside perspective and hindsight. And it's a lot easier then. Like, it doesn't change what happened. Like, it doesn't change that Nazis were terrible people that did terrible, terrible things. But it does change, like, the psychology of the individual in a group there. So, it's still very culpable, in my personal opinion. Still at fault for following orders and, like, we just gotta hope history doesn't repeat itself. We just need to hope history doesn't repeat itself, because I've been witnessing firsthand, like, what surrounds you, how it affects you, because, like, I know Instagram is an absolute microcosm, but just what's being posted on the internet, like screenshots from Twitter and shit, of just blatantly false things, like, objectively, not even like, oh, this, you know, this is morally wrong, because, you know, I can admit that morals can be an problem to argue sometimes. But I would say a lot of morals across nations and culture and religion have aligned in the past. So, you know, the moral argument kind of exists, but it's not even on a moral argument, it's on a factual argument. I'm saying, like, cause and effect factual argument. What? I just had my ability. What happened to it? Did me fucking up get rid of my ability? And it's heartbreaking to know people who are stuck in the trap. Because I'd say I'm probably, most likely, in an echo chamber of my own. I mean, I'm in a pretty anti-Trump, ignore a little bit of everything else echo chamber. But I have, you know, broken out of that. I broke out of that years ago. Which is a crazy thing for someone to say, because, you know, prove it is a pretty hard thing to do. To prove it is, you know, hard, but, like, I hear shit about, like, you know, the fucking liberals. The fucking liberals, whenever Trump does something terrible, but whenever these people do the exact same thing, it's terrible, and either that doesn't have accurate, even close to accurate context of, like, yeah, well, he's not just doing this, he's doing unprecedented things. Well, not entirely unprecedented, but it hasn't been done for 50+ years. And oh, shit. That's crazy. motherfucker's doing a lot of bleeding here. And it's dead. But I would like to say I'm a very critical person. Motherfucker, this is for you. No, not you, not you. You! Whatever, bro. So yeah, the easiest thing to think about yourself is as possibly the correct one in a situation. So I recognize that, and I've been wrong about shit in the past, so I'm prepared to learn that I've been wrong about shit in the present. But at the moment, as far as, you know, as far as the cards have been dealt, I had well-placed concerns. And I see the same echo chamber shit on both sides. I'm not gonna lie. I see the same garbage echo chamber shit. I don't see anything praising other, like, I don't really see anything praising other, I don't see anything praising other politicians from the left. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a praise, but it kind of reaches that point sometimes. So that's disturbing, and I don't like that. Holy shit! Oh, I'm not Duchess. I can't just dodge through that shit. I gotta learn how to play the game again. I forgot. God forbid a man try to use it. What's my health at? A respectable level. I think everybody should be critical of the people who are claiming to represent us. I genuinely think that being critical, I don't think being, you know, overly, like, just means to the point where it's lies. But I definitely do believe that not just accepting instantly what politicians say. And it's terrible that we live in a world like that, where it's smart to not just accept what a politician is saying to you. Because, you know, they're supposedly elected by us. I mean, they are elected by us. Most of them are elected by us. And I do believe that Trump won the election fair and square. You know. And that kind of makes me sadder. But America is shooting itself in the foot right now. I mean, like, actively market manipulating as president should be I wouldn't say that's treason quite, but I would say that's obscene. You know, I would say that's abhorrent and so fucking clearly unethical to use your power to crash a market and tell people to buy, and then, well, he already told his friends to buy, and then immediately fucking hop on actually I'm not doing a whole tariff meme, I lied to you, I'm not doing that, and then see the market go back up. Like, he made millions from that. He and his friends made millions from that. While America suffered, like, you know, that through that, America is losing its, like, financial trust. You know, there's a lot of people who bet on financial trust. Like, not financial trust, on economic stability. Like, trust that the economy will remain as stable as it is. And, you know, not particularly the most stable thing, especially if the President of the United States can just crash it in the cut of the day and then bring it back slowly to make more and more profit. What was that? Oh, that's to take extra damage. Did that happen? Or is it right there? Oh, there's lightning. Oh. I can't parry that. That makes sense. I don't know why I thought I could. I've parried crazier things in life too. Not really, but you know, it's fun. So, you know, it's a shitty time to be in America. It's a very shitty time. A country that's going to need to apologize for all of this in 5 years to try and build back all of its foreign relations outside of Israel and outside of, like, fuck, I don't know, Russia. Because the UN, gone. The EU doesn't fuck with us, you know, doesn't trust us, doesn't want us, actively anti-trust for most of the time. Like, you know? America was great because it was powerful and it was there when other countries were not always, of course. But it was there for, like, the big times are the ones that are decided by whether or not America steps in. Because there are big times that are not, you know, that were not being helped, and there were small times that were being a little overdone, to say the least. You know, I mean, assassinating the leader of a country just to, you know, put in your own regime, put in your own America. Loving regime. That's pretty fucking crazy. You know, that's pretty fucking crazy. We're definitely a controversial thing to say the least. And there's a lot of internal problems, without a doubt. But, you know, I would say that just breaking, like, making all of our allies no longer our allies, except by, like, literal agreement, like documented agreement. You know, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. And if Iran starts attacking, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. But if Iran starts, like, it wouldn't be the first time that, you know, U.S. Run things were attacked in foreign countries. But if Iran starts attacking those, I don't see there being a lot of sympathy from anybody for it. My God. We knew about what Israel was going to do. Trump said it, but I don't know if I can trust everything he says. But we knew that something was going to happen. Pretty much exactly what happened was going to happen. And, you know, as a power play, instead of, you know, trying to negotiate a deal better, trying to actually negotiate a deal, not in the fucking, now we... on the passive-aggressive, oh shit. Oh fuck. No! Okay. No! Okay. Alright, I can do this. Do it. I'm sorry, team. I'm sorry, team. Yeah, so I completely understand the dissatisfaction of people who voted for Trump. Not the dissatisfaction currently, but the dissatisfaction with America, and that led to them voting for Trump. And that's, you know, I mean, I understand the first time. Why did you call me baby boy? No, thank you. And then, you know, after that, after a good 8 years of, you know, I mean, brainwash is a really strong term because it's all of the methods that everybody is using, like every government and not every news agency. I mean, there are some news agencies that aren't exclusively for brainwash, like, fuck, what's the one that does sports? And that's about it. Because it's, you know, it is to push an agenda. That's true. Like, there is selective reporting. And that's fucking cringe, in my opinion. Hello.
No task is too great or... Speak to me.
Yes, speak to you. Fuck, I lost my train of thought when I saw that. But, yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't call it brainwash, but it's effectively the same thing of, like, what the fucking internet has done to political thought in America and the world. It has ruined it. It has absolutely fucking ruined it. Like, people don't even really need a campaign anymore. Like, the campaign is just ads. It is not, I mean, it's just ads and empty promises is all it is. And sure, that's kind of a doomer way to look at it, but it's what's winning elections. Ads, empty promises, and going around the country saying bullshit. Provably bullshit stuff. Like, you cannot lie about statistics that are, like, actually reported on by your own government you are in control of, you know? Like, well, obviously not in control of, because fully, because otherwise, you know, we'd have Putin-level, shit. Like, I won in another landslide, guys. Yes, the same landslide that killed my political opponent. Yes, just yesterday? Yes, he died yesterday. Like, thank fucking God that we have that we have a judiciary and other stuff. Holy fuck, I forgot what it's called. I'm actually losing my mind. It is late at night, but that's crazy. That we have not a separation of power. Okay. It's a very good and smart thing that America set up set up a government in a situation where a populist, you know, authoritarian couldn't just take over the government fully. That was very smart by the Founding Fathers, and by the people who wrote the Constitution and who decided a lot of things early on. And later on, you know, we still get very important amendments recently. So, you know, the U.S. is evolving, but right now, you know, usually it's evolving not through the Constitution. The Constitution evolves with the U.S. Like, you know, there would be amendments that would not exist if people had not been on the street protesting. And there would be amendments that would not exist. You know, there would be amendments that would exist if people were not out on the street protesting. You know, if people were just quiet and focused on what was going on, there would be, you know, unpalatable shit. So, like, I don't know. The different branches of government, very good idea. Trying to assimilate the power into exclusively the branch that the president is in. I have a headache right now. Leave me alone for not remembering names. Which is obviously happening if you look at what's happening in the government. It's so doomer, but it's true. And it fucking sucks. Like, dog. Seriously? Not getting rid of, but, you know, actively getting rid of a lot of the FCC and the consumer protection stuff. And, you know, people who actively had investigations against you is the most authoritarian, shady shit ever. Getting rid of people who are investigating your crimes is fucking crazy to me. Is like, my god, if you're innocent, let it be proven, you know? This isn't a witch hunt. Because they have to prove it in court. This is not a fucking witch hunt. Ooh, but the courts are rigged against you. No! Like, it's crazy. If the courts were rigged against Donald Jonathan Trump, he would not have any power in America right now. I would say the courts are too lenient to him. Far too lenient. You know? I would say he settled a couple of things in civil court that maybe should have gone a little further than civil court. So it's, you know, it's sickening. I'm a certified anti-Trumper, but at the same time, you know, that does not mean I exactly align with other anti-Trumpers. You know? I mean, like, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend is not always true. You know, for example, a bear and a rabbit both do not like the hunter. Well, let's say a wolf and a rabbit both don't like the hunter. But, you know, the wolf and the rabbit, once the hunter's gone, are going to get back to fighting each other. Or are going to be fighting each other while the hunter's there. So other people who are anti-Trump aren't exactly my vibe in certain ways. I mean, we do agree a lot politically, but I'm not, like... I wouldn't say I could just be simply classified as a liberal. Like, I hold liberal beliefs, but, you know, that also extends past what the derogatory definition of liberal, or, like, you know, I recognize that people go past the derogatory, like, MAGA. You know, when someone says that you're, like, just MAGA, they are just belittling you. Or they're saying it as a compliment, you know, if you're MAGA, and they're MAGA. No, oh shit, I'm in. But, it's like, you know, sure, I fit in the group, in the big circle I'm in there, but there's a lot of small circles in that big circle, and I'm not in a lot of those circles, and that applies for people who are MAGA as well. You know, there are people who voted for Donald Trump who did not want all of this deportation, and illegal deportation, actually by law illegal. You know, there's legal but, you know, unsavory deportations going on. And that's almost always the case in America. Legal but unsavory as far as our deportation goes. But there's also illegal and unsavory deportations going on. So that's really fun, you know? That's that's just fucking great. So there were people who didn't vote for that and didn't want that. There are people who obviously, you know, I don't think anyone voted for him to crash the market. I mean, there's the whole, like, you know, tariffs are good because I don't understand what tariffs are. Like, why does Japan have such a high tariff on American rice? Let me think. Why does Japan have a high tariff on rice from other countries? Maybe it's because they have so much of their own rice, or their own rice from local countries as well, that they do not need American rice, and therefore are disincentivizing people in Japan from buying it and ruining their market that is, I wouldn't say built on rice, but, you know, obviously the Japanese market is not built on rice, but the actual rice component of their market, like California, humongous amount of rice is made in California. And it would be detrimental to Japan for us to give them a humongous amount of rice for cheaper than they would be making it. You know, that's like one of the whole things about trade, is that you're trying to get it for, you know, a good price, otherwise you would just make it yourself. But if you're putting, like, tariffs, like, I agree America should be a little bit more, self-sustainable. Like, we should have more steel plants. We definitely should have more steel plants. You know, steel manufacturing can be green. Like, greener than it, you know, is known to be. Like, it can abide by what our climate really needs to survive. Motherfucker. Fighting demons over here or something? Hello? That was funny. But it's like, we should not be putting massive tariffs to hurt other countries that also hurt America. You know? Pommel bashing someone with a sword while holding the blade in your hand hurts a lot for you. But yeah, sure, it hurts for them, but you're still bleeding yourself. You know? So, I would say it makes a lot of sense to be anti a lot of the recent tariffs. I mean, a lot of economists are, like, a lot of economists are anti all of these tariffs. Because they recognize the fucking obvious. You don't need to be an economist to do, like, just... It's not even math. It's kind of just logic. You don't need to be an economist to have the logical reasoning to notice that putting tariffs on things that America needs is only going to hurt America. Like, sure, you're depriving maybe some of those countries of... Because they're not really losing profit because we are still importing at almost the same rate. So all you're really doing is hurting the consumer, because obviously the producer is not going to keep their price the same while paying more because of the tariffs. Like, come on, man. That's not gonna happen. It would take a company run by an absolute fucking champion of the people to do that. Like, I'm talking Costco hot dog level of, you know, denial of changing prices. Because, I mean, you know, the Costco hot dog, it's kind of a funny example. But, you know, it's true. It's something that doesn't really need to change. But that's because Costco makes so much fucking money off of everything else that, sure, they can make a technical... I doubt they make a loss, but they can make less profit on their hot dogs as things change. You know, they don't need to make money off their hot dogs because they are not a hot dog business. You know, businesses that are importing things like steel, for instance, I have a hobby of collecting and, you know, like old knives. I have a hobby of collecting, you know, modern knives, but also old knives. I like to refurbish old knives. But then there's the issue of, like, you know, knife companies. What are they gonna do? Because they are importing steel in massive amounts. You know, like, sure, we're making some of it. Spyderco technically makes some of their steel, but a lot of it's made in different countries: Taiwan, Japan, China. So putting tariffs on steel and putting tariffs on China specifically just to, you know, just as a fucking my balls are bigger than yours play, is just harmful. Like, knife prices are going to go up. You know? Can I make it? Yeah, I can make it. I can make it, I can make it. Come on. You fucking... Oh my god, what is with people? I really hope that person just disconnected. Instead of you fucking... What? Why is this motherfucker here? Why? Why is he here now? I mean, I know the answer, but I hate it. And I know it's because of my people. Honestly, it's not my best interest to be fighting this right now. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, we can chunk him down and kill him, but fuck, this run's kind of fucked. I think that guy knew what he was doing when he left in that. I don't know, I think he fucked up though. So, what I'm trying to get at is, if you trace Trump policy, it's not for the benefit of America. Well, or sometimes it's for the benefit of America, of an America that does not exist for good reason. Like, why are we getting rid of mentions of... Oh my fucking god. Like, why are we getting rid of mentions of people of color and women from our military? Can't get up. Oh, she got down. Fuck. Oh, fuck, I'm an idiot. God damn it. To go back to a time when people thought, you know, it was better. It was better when the women, when we didn't have to listen to what the women did. Like, you know, it was better when we didn't know that Jackie Robinson fucking existed. I fucking guess. Cause like, what the fuck? What's the goal? What's the end goal? I mean, a lot of people can speculate on the end goal. I have my own personal. Holy shit! You just keep dying. I am so sorry for you. I have my own personal, and I would say too easy to come to speculations of the issue and what is, you know, the plan. And, you know, I feel like the Heritage Foundation, or whatever the fuck it is that wrote Project 2025, obviously want the Christian nationalist USA. They want Christians in control, and they want the Bible to be rule of law. Well, not the Bible, obviously, because if they wanted the Bible to be rule of law, they would be better people. Going off of the morals of the Bible, they would be better people. So, you know. What? Oh, not what I thought it was. Oh, that is a death-blighted dragon. That's fun. It's a fun thing. And a lot of the people who want that Christian nationalist state are also white nationalists, who you can, like fucking sue me if you think that's not true. I forget their names because I actually don't like white nationalists. Like, my fucking god. But there are genuine white nationalists who are also a big part of the Christian nationalists. So, yes. I'm going to say that's one of the possible end goals. I'm not going to say that's the current end goal, but I am going to say the dissolving of the separation of church and state is definitely a thing that they're shooting for, to say the least here. So, you know, I really don't want the dissolution of church and state, of the separation of church and state, because that's something that also made America so awesome, that makes other countries, you know, like, objectively more oppressive to people who are not of that religion. Because if the ruling class and if the rule of law is that religion, if you do not practice that religion, religion being something super personal and that I feel shouldn't be, you know, like, a punishable thing. Like, believing in certain, like, in a religion should not be a punishable thing. Your actions, totally. Unless your actions coincide with not following the beliefs of your religion, but I would say unless your actions coincide with, like, worship. You know, you should not be punished for worshiping the God you choose to worship. If you, like, kill 8 people and you say, like, Jesus told me to, yeah, sure, you're going to jail. That is not religious persecution. You killed 8 fucking people. Holy shit. But, you know, that's not really an example. But that isn't really an example. But it's like, yeah, obviously there are going to be, like, religion isn't a fully protected thing. Duh. You know. But also, you cannot oppress on the basis of religion, which just makes a lot of sense. Like, duh. That's something that so many people in the world have, and, you know, it's something that kind of made the world. Unfortunately, religion made the world, and it comes in all sorts of different shapes. Like, religion is a pretty common thing throughout some of the largest empires in the history of the world. But those religions also, for some of them, are constantly changing. Like, you know, which is also pretty cool. It's pretty cool that religion can drive people to do amazing but also terrible things sometimes. So I feel like to persecute on the basis of religion is obviously bad, but that is also where something is going. No, Donald Trump did not do a Muslim ban. However, Donald Trump did ban predominantly Muslim countries for a short period of time from entering the United States. And what message do you think that conveys? Dog, you do you literally do incantations. I guess I'll take that in case I ever do a roar or a breath attack. So, you know, like, I think there's always been a hint of Christian nationalism, and after the Heritage Foundation, or fucking whatever, I think the Heritage Foundation stepped in, which is, you know, a Christian nationalist organization. And you can read Project 2025 and, you know, learn that yourself. Learn that yourself, you know. I learned me one. Like, why do you think you want to get rid of the Department of Education? Yeah, it's definitely not in the shape that it should be, and I cannot disagree with that. The Department of Education is sort of in a long time. But there are, like, some, I'm not going to say simple changes that you can make to fix that. There are definitely changes that you can make to fix that that are way better than getting rid of the Department of Education. Like, yeah, billionaires get away with tax fraud all the time, but firing a lot of people who work for the IRS will not prevent that. You know, like, hey, this ambulance breaks down sometimes. However, it has also saved a lot of lives. We are going to get rid of the fucking ambulance, you know? I feel like that's kind of a lot. Well, obviously that's a, like, kind of just the cause is similar logic. It's just a bad example because but the solution to a bad organization most of the time is not fully getting rid of that organization. It's trying to fix it. The idea behind getting rid of the Department of Education is so that there is less control over what the executive branch can try and educators do and say and have, you know? Like, if they're very anti-DEI, which they are very anti-DEI, they're going to teach less and less world history. They're going to teach a different version of American history than is true. That is definitely one of the main ideas behind it, you know? Because if you can stop the people who can stop you, if you can get rid of them before you do the bad thing, then congratulations, you're free to do the bad thing. You know, it really doesn't work. Like, you know. Oh fuck, I just fucked up. Alright, that's fine, whatever. Same reason for the FCC. For getting rid of all sorts of protections for consumers, because they're trying to fuck over consumers, they're trying to fuck over workers. They didn't get rid of tax on overtime, they didn't get rid of tax on tips, and that is a fact. That is actually a fact, and it's so fucking painful to see Christy, whatever the fuck her name is, go up and say shit like they did. See Christy, whatever the fuck her name is, lie to students about, you know, how Donald Trump loves the environment, even though he routinely does shit that fucking ruins the environment, like expanding logging, expanding the, you know, sway that oil and gas has, giving them more land, shutting down nuclear and solar things, and wind stuff. Well, not so much shutting down as defunding, but, you know, those are kind of two sides of the same coin. Because you can outright shut it down, like, what happened with the Department of Education, or you can just, you know, put no money into it. So eventually they fall into disrepair and are no longer usable. And there, you've done it. Now you've made solar look terrible because, oh, solar doesn't work. Yeah, because you're not funding solar. You're not funding solar, which, well, I mean, we know that nuclear is cheaper. Nuclear. We know that nuclear is cheaper and better than, obviously, coal. But we know it's cheaper and better than wind. Well, maybe not cheaper, but we do know it's better. I don't think it's cheaper than wind, but it's definitely better. And it's clean as fuck. It's not cleaner than wind, but wind does take up a lot of space, but it doesn't have to because, you know, there are definitely some risks to building wind farms in, like, you know, populated areas, because occasionally they do fail. So I would personally not, you know, I wouldn't want wind farms in populated areas. But at the same time, you know, like, America has a lot of empty land. We have a lot of empty land. And filling that shit with wind is an easy way to do it. You can both frack and have a wind farm. And I'm anti-fracking. I'm not anti-fracking. I'm anti how fracking is currently being done. You know, it's kind of predatory and definitely anti, you know, the people. Because it's like, hey, we are going to try as hard as fucking possible to make sure that we get to frack under land. And if you say no, we are going to ruin your life. Like, what can you say? What can you fucking say? What are you gonna say no to the fucking billion-dollar company? That's right, I'm a gangster. After killing a bug, kills a bug while my teammate is forced to deal with the boss alone. Ooh. Oh shit! Ice lightning sword? Fuck yeah, that's something. Oh yeah, that's something. No shit, that's something. Alright. Nothing there, really. That's very interesting. Oh, I don't want you. I just want the Ice Dragon Blade. And I'm also not going to support someone who wants to run for a third term. Because that kind of... Fuck off, Morgat! You grace-given piece of shit. Oh my god. Fuck you, bro. You're a piece of shit, you know it. I hate you. I hate you so much. You should not be here. Fuck you. I hate you. That's good damage, though. Ah, shit. We just died to fucking Bell fucking Omen. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Please. Please, Frederick. Well, you know what that means. We now take extra damage. Fucking yippee.
Thy journeys end.
Ugh. There's just so many red flags, you know, in the Trump administration. And I don't like the comparison of Trump to Hitler, because they have different, you know, they have different objectives. I would say is one way of saying that, you know, Trump 1 and 2, not Trump. Wow, that was a Freudian slip. Hitler, he did want to, you know, make Germany great again, but he also had, I would say, some alternative things he wanted to do, which is, you know, get rid of an entire population, which is something that Donald Trump is doing, just in a less violent way, but it did start less violently. But this is why I don't like the comparison of Hitler to Trump, because it is an extreme comparison, because Trump and his administration are doing their own kind of thing right now. They are doing their own kind of fascism. So, like, you know, good for them for not reinventing the wheel, but they're definitely doing something, they're definitely changing the wheel ever so slightly. And, I mean, like, fucking call me a libtard, but I don't want an authoritarian president ruining the country that I love. So, like, you know, it's really fun. It's really fun. Because we can just diminish each other's arguments so quickly. Is this a rerun? No. I wouldn't say it's a rerun. I am playing, oh shit, we're close to him, are we? No, we're not. I am playing, fuck, what's it called? The same boss that I just can't fucking beat for the life of me. But I wouldn't consider that a rerun. It would be really interesting if I was doing reruns of my own videos, of my own streams. Because I'm not doing this, like, for views, really. It's kind of just nice to talk sometimes. And that's why I do, you know, I even talk sometimes when I'm not. But also to record for things that happen. Like, that was one of the reasons why I would... Oh shit, that's a joke. I do understand why it could be a rerun for, like, a political reason, but I'm not trying to spread my word, really. I'm just formulating my thoughts. If I want to have a good argument against certain things, I should know what my argument is itself, in my expert opinion. Hello. Hello, Governor. It's nice to just think through things. You know, thinking out loud is actually super helpful. And it's good to just think. You know? People should just sit down and think sometimes. And, you know, no thank you. I would not like donations. That seems kind of like a hassle to deal with, because I'm not, I don't know. There are gonna be projects that I'm connected to that are not connected to this channel that will be for, views and stuff, but thank you very much, though. Nice to talk sometimes. We kill that. What the fuck is this little thing? Ooh, I think we killed a troll up here. I see no reason not to. Holy fuck, the internet is such a good machine for disinformation. Like, oh my god. And it does not matter what side it's on, because I see it everywhere. Disinformation is crazy prevalent on the internet. Well, sort of, like, you see the left, you see the right. And the issue is, it's harder to spot when you like are more inclined to believe the thing. So like, yeah, it takes more to spot. For me personally, it takes more to spot disinformation on the right, on the left. Sorry, slight slip. It takes more to spot disinformation on the left than it does to spot disinformation on the right, because I am more critical of the right, but I am also critical of the left, or anything that's really being shown to me. Alright, this teammate and I, we're making it all the way to the fucking end. Fuck the teammate that left just because he got knocked down once. And I wasn't there to save him. Admittedly, but that's not my fault, because he ran away all on his own. And sometimes you run away all on your own and you die, and that happens to me sometimes. Oh, it's an ancestor spirit. I do not like the ancestor spirit. One bit. Pain in the ass to fight. That's too much health. Well, that goes for almost every boss here, but it's because, you know, there's too much health for just me to beat all that stuff. I literally saw you use breath attack earlier, goddamn. And also, I'm used to playing, you know, single player, obviously, and, you know, when I play strength build, let's just say, the game is pretty simple. I still need to be able to dodge and everything, like, you know, and in Bloodborne, I mean, fucking hell, I love parrying. Oh my god, I love parrying in Bloodborne. You can do that? What the fuck? That's a thing? You can crawl on top of them and kill them? Holy shit, you learn something new every day. I just watched a fucking... Oh my god. How do I do it? How do you do it? You go up there and you attack it? It's that fucking easy? Holy shit, who knew? That guy clearly. I have never seen anybody do that. I have wondered in the past how I just see their health bars get deleted, but I assumed it was like a glitch or something. A visual glitch. Oh shit, I'm down a flash. Okay, this is the worst duo fight. Call me jumpers. No, it doesn't do bleed. And I never upgraded my hey, you know, that's not going down. You're using the Godslayer sword? A sword that I don't know how to get in base Elden Ring, by the way. Because the guy, the blacksmith, is always talking about building a sword that can kill a god, and I guess I just never did his quest, because From Software quests are fucking crazy. They're either super sad or super confusing. I wouldn't say they're too confusing, because I figured some out on my own, like some relatively challenging. You just need to listen to what the NPC is saying. That really is the big thing, you know, actually paying attention. It can be hard sometimes, especially with the advent of the smartphone. Paying attention to the tricky things. Hey, fuck you, asshole. I'm a beast now. What do you mean now? I've always been a goddamn beast, and that's a fucking fact, motherfucker. Yeah, try me, asshole. I'll fucking kill you. Okay, alright, so that's a snake problem. But not my problem. Because I can fix it myself. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, asshole. Oh my, did I just say fuck you, asshole, posthumously? Holy shit. That is crazy. I'm sorry, I was watching a Seth Z-Tag video earlier, where it was the Pharaoh review, where he was talking about the, oh my Jesus Christ, that's a crazy slip. And it's not even 40, and it's just obscene. Oh shit. Now. That's crazy. That's fucking insane. Hello, I returned. To kill. Holy shit. Oh my god. I got so used to playing the. Whoa. I was still in my stand-up animation. That is not fair. I got so used to playing the Duchess that I genuinely have lost my ability to dodge. Like, if I can perfect dodge York's cause, you know, just all of his bullshit, I should be able to dodge it. I mean, the name was Steve Hard, and you get back in my mindset. Like, holy please. Also, I've never played Death Building, so often I find myself looking like times. I think this might be it. Ultimately getting Helen out there. Helen's a big. Oh fuck yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Why did that seem weak? Wow, that was luck out. I'm not even gonna lie. That shit was better. Oh my god, I throw so hard, so often, it pisses me off. I'm losing my goddamn mind out here. Holy shit, I'm a thrower. Can I not access it in beast form? Oh. Alright. We're gonna lose this for sure, but it was fun playing with you. Sorry, I haven't been checking the comments. Yes, sorry, yes, if you ever come back and watch this, yes, it is. Oh, fuck, what time is it? Oh my god, it's 2 in the fucking morning. Oh shit. Oh shite, man. Oh shite. You open your mouth. Nagakiba, not Nagakaba. Nagakiba. Nagakaba? I don't fucking know. Oh, this has FP restoration upon attacks? That's crazy. Alright. It has never been more game time. If you open your mouth again, I'll fucking cut it. What's the song? It's... Oh shit, I can skip. No ambiguity about who wasn't skipping there. If there's 3 people, you know. There's a little bit of guessing to be done. Alright, this is a dodge build. We are going to be dodging. I'm a dodge build, okay? This really does give Team Negative vibes. This is just kind of pathetic. It's hard though, as is evidenced here. Oh my god, I forgot he does that fucking Gundyr side thing. I'm champion Gundyr, look at me, la 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 la. I'm still pissed about that time my team and I literally threw when he had less HP to his health bar. Kinda crazy, but I hate the screens. Alright, well you see the difference between you and me, Night Lord, is that I don't die. Or that when I do, you know, it's not final. Oh shit, I'm not making a really good argument for myself right now. I need to learn after the screen without that fuck-ass thing. Literally don't care. Get fucked, asshole. Kill yourself. Oh, I'm really trying to get kill yourself out of my vocabulary. Because it is kind of, it's such a fucking, ugh. Well, you know, can't win them all. Maybe you can win them all. Not if he does that fucking annoying ass attack, you can't. You wouldn't happen to have 2 of those, would you? Alright. I don't know. It was fun. We did our best. If we had number 3 here, we would have clapped the shit out of that boss. But, you know, whatever. Oh shit. They killed more than me. Alright. Ooh. What? Well, I gotta go on and get. So lay down. Boom, boom, boom. Holy shit, you just dropped the fence on that person's fucking head. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Bow,